Hey, what's up? And welcome to episode 8 of Intense Takes Inside My Mind. This is the All-Star Break Edition, so I got a lot ahead for you guys in this episode. We're going to be looking at power rankings as we usually do. Go through some of the trades that happened last week's trade deadline. Also, bonus takes. Be ready for that because I got a lot to get off my chest. And then, of course, we always got some really good film to show you guys. Also, going to be adding in some Rookie of the Year and then MVP rankings too. So let's jump right into this great episode. Thanks for being here. Hey, what's up, and welcome to Power Rankings for this week. So we're gonna do our power rankings up until this point in the season. We're about 60% through the season now. So let's get into our power rankings. Number one, got the Detroit Pistons. They currently have the best record in the league. I don't know if anybody outside of me thought that would be possible, but like I said at the beginning of this, at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of this podcast, I've always had faith in Detroit. I always thought that they could be a really good team, and they're showing it. Sitting at 40-13 right now, number 2 in defensive rating, number 10 now in offensive rating. Of course, they got Cade averaging 25, 6, and 10. And they were able to get shooting at the trade deadline like I've been talking about this whole time. Like I mentioned before, they went and grabbed Kevin Huerter. They ended up picking him up, so shout out to me for calling that out. But I have a lot of faith in Detroit. They've been a team that has beaten every good team, every top team in the league. They've been able to beat them, so that's why I got them number 1 in my power rankings up until this point in the season. Number 2, had to put the Spurs at number 2 in my power rankings for up until this point. Sitting at 38-16 right now, 3rd in defensive rating, 7th in offense. This team is really good, and they've shown that they're really good. They've shown what they could do also, playing great defense, offense also. Of course, they got Wemby. He's averaging 24 and 11 right now with 3 blocks. So I think going into the second half of the season, they're in prime position to put themselves in a good position to make a run in the playoffs and towards the championship. Number 3, got to put OKC at number 3 right now. They've come down to earth a little bit. Not as dominant as they was at the beginning of the year, but still a really good team. Sitting at 42-14 right now. Number 1 in defense as they've been all year. Number 3 in offense. They need to get healthy right now. SGA is out right now. He'll be reevaluated coming out of this All-Star break. And then Jalen Williams been in and out of the lineup. He just came back. Now he's going to be hurt again. So I think for this team right now, it's just all about getting healthy and then putting themselves in a position to repeat as champions. But they're still a really good team, deep team, of course. They've been able to hold the fort down while going through all these injuries. So I got OKC at number 3. Number 4, this is surprising to me just because I've never been a huge fan of their coach, but I got to give him his props. That's the Boston Celtics. And shout out to Joe Mazzulla, man. Never been a big fan of him. I feel like he has this weird performative, aspect to him, but he has this team playing well. Of course, they're always going to be an elite 3-point shooting team. They take a whole bunch of threes. They're number 4 in offense right now, number 8 in defense, but it all starts and ends with Jaylen Brown. He's averaging 29 points right now along with elite defense, and he's guarding the best player every single night on the opposing team. So the Celtics have surprised me to a point where I didn't think they were going to be bad at all. I still thought they were going to be a playoff team, but them being able to be 35-19, sitting at number 2 in the East, probably didn't expect that. So shout out to the Celtics and shout out to Joe Mazzulla. Got to give him his props. And then number 5, I got the Knicks. Got the Knicks in at number 5 after having a really, really slow start, especially through the midway point of this first half of the season. They were 25-18 at one point. They've been able to then win 10 of the last 12 games, sitting at 35-20 right now. Number 9 in defensive rating, number 2 on offense. Mike Brown has been a godsend for this team just in a way that I always loved Tom Thibodeau, think he's an amazing coach, but Mike Brown has been able to get a lot more out of this team by going to his bench and actually using his bench players this year. And players like Christian Kolek have been able to emerge and really, be solid NBA players and help a team be good. And I think Jalen Brunson, of course, and OG Anunoby, they're going to be 2 of the biggest factors to help the Knicks make a run to the Eastern Conference Finals and potentially to the NBA Finals also this year. But shout out to the Knicks. They've been playing really good basketball, especially heading into this All-Star break. And then on the outside looking in from my power rankings, got the Rockets, the Nuggets, and the Timberwolves. All three of those teams have been up and down throughout the year. All three of those teams have showed very, very high level of basketball play, and they've also shown very, very low levels of basketball play. Specifically with the Rockets and the Timberwolves, those two teams have had issues just being inconsistent, mostly playing down to their competition this year. So, they're going to have to figure out something, and I'll talk more about these two teams in my second segment also. But those are my three teams right now that I have on the outside looking in for my power rankings at this beginning or at this halfway point of the NBA season. So welcome to this segment where I talk about the best games that I saw over the past couple weeks, past week or so. Number one, the first game, Cavs versus Nuggets. This game was very, very intense, high-level basketball all around. Cavs were able to make a big fourth quarter comeback, winning 119 to 117. Harden hit a game-tying three-pointer in the fourth quarter. Donovan Mitchell was able to hit the game-winning free throws. The Cavs were able to just play good defense and, have some great shot making in that fourth quarter. Able to force Jokic into some turnovers also. But that was just a high-level basketball game, great basketball game. And like I said, Harden being able to hit that step-back three to tie the game with about 33 seconds left, I believe, was huge for this team. So that was just an amazing game to watch with stars all around. Donovan Mitchell ended up finishing with 32 points, 10 assists. Jokic finished with 22 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists. But like I said, he had a lot of turnovers. He had 7 turnovers in all for that game. So that was just a great high-level basketball game. Second game, Timberwolves versus Raptors. Now, everybody knows, if you've been keeping up with this podcast, I've been high on the Raptors since the beginning. The Raptors were one of the first teams that I previewed and I spoke about, and they've just been able to keep up that high level of basketball throughout the season. But the Timberwolves this was another fourth quarter comeback. Timberwolves were able to come back in that fourth quarter, winning 128 to 126. Man, watching Anthony Edwards play in that fourth quarter was just amazing. And it was amazing because, first of all, I think he's the leader right now when it comes to winning Clutch Player of the Year. I mean, he's so super efficient in the clutch right now. But on defense, I mean, to be able to be a player that could score so efficiently and play defense, guarding the best player on the other team, that's just another level of basketball acumen and just ability. And he showed all of that in that fourth quarter. He scored 16 points in that fourth quarter. And like I said, he had 2 big steals also on R.J. Barrett and then another one in transition on Jamal Shead. So that was just a great game overall. Anthony Edwards was able to finish that game with 30 points and 8 rebounds. B.I. was able to finish that game with 25 points and 6 rebounds. So that was just a great game to watch. Loved watching it. And I love watching the Raptors be able to be in that position because they were winning the majority of that game and the majority of that fourth quarter. And for a team that's trying to build winning habits, for a team that's trying to not just be a team that makes the playoffs, but trying to actually get into the playoffs and make some actual noise, I think that was a good litmus test for them to go against a team that's an actual title contender in the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I think it was a great game overall, and those are the 2 best games that I saw over the past week or 2. Hey, what's up, and welcome to my MVP rankings for so far at this midway point of the NBA season. Number 1, I got to put Cade Cunningham at number 1. I just got to. You're a young superstar with a young team, best record in the NBA. You're averaging damn near a triple-double. He's averaging 25.6 rebounds, 10 assists, 46% shooting. And like I said, best record in the league. So for me, you're deserving of being number 1 in MVP rankings. Number 2, got to go with SGA. Second best record in the league, 32.6 rebounds, 6 assists, 52% shooting from the field, almost shooting 50, 40, 90. And he's a solid defender also. So got to put him number 2 in my power rankings. Number 3, got to go with Jokic. He's averaging 28 points, 11 assists, 12 rebounds right now, 60% shooting from the floor. I mean, his PER is just amazing. And Denver is always going to be a contender with Jokic on that team. So got to put him number 3. Number 4, shout out to Jaylen Brown. Like I said, Celtics number two in the Eastern Conference right now. Jaylen Brown is averaging 29 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists on 48% shooting. And like I said, he's playing elite defense also. So I got to put him at number 4. Number 5. Number 5, I was kind of weighing out between Luka and Ant Edwards. Had to go with Ant only because Ant is younger, but also Ant is really on a legit title contender. I don't think anybody sees the Lakers as legit title contenders, and that's why I had to give the nod to Ant. And also, like I said, he's in a running. He's the leader right now to win Clutch Player of the Year, averaging 29 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 49% shooting, and much like Jaylen Brown, he's elite on both ends of the floor, an elite defender. So had to put Ant at number 5 in my MVP rankings. I'm gonna do Rookie of the Year now. Rookie of the Year, we've had some really, really good rookies in this draft class, even outside of those top draft picks. Not to mention Ace Bailey, of course. But of course, we got really the same 4 rookies that have been at the top of these rankings for the majority of the season. Got to go with Cooper Flagg, who's had an amazing start to the year 2026. He's had an amazing start to the month of February also, and even at the end of January. His averages now shot up to 20.6 rebounds, 4 assists on 48% shooting, and he's just getting better and better every single game. He had those stretches where he had three 30-point games, elite efficiency, and he's a solid defender too. He's just going to continue to grow and grow. And to be honest with you, he surprised me a lot. I did not expect him to be as good as he is, mainly on the scoring front that he has been so far in the league this year. So shout out to Cooper Flagg. Number 2, got to go with VJ Edgecombe. He's been a huge part of the Sixers' success so far this year, averaging 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And his 3-point shooting is, I don't think anybody expected him to be as good as a 3-point shooter as he's been so far. He's shooting 36% from the 3-point line. And I think that's just going to get better as he grows as a player and as the season goes along. But the Sixers right now are sitting at 30-24. Really solid team, and I think that if this team gets healthy, mainly with Joel Embiid, and then we'll see what happens when Paul George comes back from suspension. But I believe in the Sixers, and I think that they could make a run to the Finals too and to the Eastern Conference Finals. So got VJ at number 2. Number 3, got to go with Knipple. These the Hornets, spoke about them in my last episode, and they're just playing great basketball right now. They legit can make it to the into the play-in and maybe get into the finals. Get into the playoffs outright. So Knipple, most 3-pointers made in a rookie's first year through his first 40 something games or so. Shooting 43% from the 3-point line. He's averaging 19 points. And like I said, he's been a huge reason why the Hornets have turned this corner as a team and as an organization. So that team is just really young all around. So there's players all around that team to legit build. You got LaMelo, you got Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, who is still fairly young also. So, I mean, they got a lot to build around, but got to go with Khan at number 3. And then number 4, Dylan Harper, who I feel like would be, his name would circulate around if he was on a team that gave him more opportunity. But he's on the Spurs, and the Spurs are a really good team, and they also have 2 other really, really good guards, and Stephon Cancel and De'Aaron Fox. But Dylan Harper has been able to hold his own for the most part, averaging 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 47% shooting off of the bench. Second best team in the West. Like, he's doing great for that team. So I think he has the talent to be a superstar for sure, in my opinion. I just don't think he's getting as much opportunity as the other 3 players because the other 3 players are on lesser teams. But Dylan Harper is just as talented and I think just as productive as those other 3 players above. But those are my MVP rankings and my Rookie of the Year rankings so far this year. All right, what's up, and welcome to our transactions so far this year. So let's go ahead and look at the stuff that happened during the trade deadline, during the trade. Number 1, let's talk about this Harden trade. as we all know, Harden got traded to the Cavs for Darius Garland. He ended up going to the Clippers. I don't think this does anything for the Cavs at all. This doesn't move the needle for them. Doesn't put them to the top. Doesn't put them over the top at all. I've never been a huge fan of Donovan Mitchell at either. I understand he has some pretty good playoff numbers, but I'm not a fan of players that are high volume, inefficient shooters for the most part, and then also are not that good on the defensive end. And with those two, you got two of those players that are at the top in both of those categories. So not a big fan of this trade. I don't really feel like it does anything for them. I do like the addition of Dennis Schroeder. I do think that helps them a lot. Also with Keon Ellis for the Cavs. But overall, I don't think this puts them over the top when it comes to Detroit. I don't think, I think them and the Knicks will be a good matchup. We'll see what happens with the Celtics too. But we all know what happens with Harden when it comes to the playoffs. And to me, if you're a serious basketball team, if you're a serious basketball organization, trading for James Harden is not a smart move. He's not going to be there for you in the playoffs. He's not going to be able to do what you need him to do come playoff time. So, gouging your, just dismantling your future or trading for a player like him, I don't necessarily agree with. We'll see what happens with the Cavs. We'll see if it does anything for them, but that's really my opinion on that. Second team we're going to jump into is the Houston Rockets. Houston decided that they didn't want to make any moves at the trade deadline. We'll see what happens with them in the buyout market, but to me, it just gave off that they're punting on the season in a sense. Not going to get a point guard just doesn't make sense to me. I don't think it's a smart move at all. Like I said, the Rockets they've had times during the season where they've looked like legit title contenders. They've beaten some of the best teams in the NBA also. When we're talking about Detroit, when we're talking about OKC, we're talking about Minnesota, we're talking about the Spurs. They've beaten all those teams, but then they've also lost to the Celtics when the Celtics sat everybody. But they've also beaten the Celtics when the Celtics played everybody too. So I just feel like the Rockets are such a hard team to judge. They're a hard team to kind of get behind because right now their team is so dependent on the development of their young players. Şengün, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., Reed Shepard. All those four players in particular, Tari Eason. Those five players, that this team is so heavily dependent on them. They have Kevin Durant, who is still elite. He's averaging 26 points on 50, 40, 90. But I really believe this team needs a point guard. We'll see what happens in the buyout market. We'll see. I know Lonzo Ball has been linked to this team. We'll see if they make that choice. I wanted them to potentially go and get Chris Paul. That's out the window now because Chris Paul decided to retire. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens with the Houston Rockets. I still have a sense of belief in them. I still feel like they can make a run, but it's going to be dependent on those young players. What I will say is that Reed Shepard and Jabari Smith Jr. going into this All-Star break, they've had the best 5-game stretch that they've had all season. Elite shooting from both of them and great defense from Jabari Smith Jr. So we'll see what happens with this team. I'm still high on them, but they're really a team we're gonna have to see how they look specifically going into the playoffs and see if they have momentum to build off of. Number three, we're gonna get into OKC. OKC decided to go and get Jared McCain, which is a low-risk, high-reward move by Sam Presti, who has been elite at his job since he's been the GM for Oklahoma City. Jared McCain gives them great shooting. He's a great shooter, a player that's smart. He defends. Also, he competes on that side of the ball. So, they're a team that still is hit by injuries right now. But to me, I think if you ask a lot of people, they might still be the favorites, and that's deserving of them. They're very dominant in a lot of ways, and for most of the season, they've been dominant too. So I think that was a great move for them. Number 4, we're going to get into the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves, they've been struggling all year, much like the Rockets, with just inconsistent play. And I spoke about this in my first segment too. But with Minnesota, man, we just got to see with them also. They were able to go ahead and grab Ayo Dosunmu from the Bulls, which is a great pickup for them, a player that can handle the ball. He's having a career year all across the board, averaging 15 points, 51% from the field, 45% from three-point range. I mean, this is a great player to bring off of your bench, along with Naz Reid, who is a great scoring punch. When you got two scorers off the bench like that, who combine average is like at least 32 points off of your bench every night that you could possibly count on. That's a great lift for their team. So shout out to Minnesota for making that move. I think that was a great get for them. And we'll see what happens with them going into this second half of the season. Like I said, I believe they're a legit title contender. It's just about consistency with them and just being able to consistently defend at a high level, matching that with their offense too. I think Ayo gives them that effectiveness on both sides of the ball. So I like that move for OKC. One more, the fifth part of this segment is just something that I'm looking out for heading into this second half of the season. And that's OKC versus the Detroit Pistons. Those two teams have not played yet this year. They have two games coming up in this second half of the season. First game is going to be February 25th. We'll see how many players are available during that game. I know Jalen Duren will be back during that game. He's suspended right now. We'll see if Isaiah Stewart is going to be back during that game. He's suspended for 7 games right now. 6 games. He's already missed 1 game, so it's going to be 6 right now. So we'll see what happens. But that's a game I'm really looking forward to. Also, we'll see if SGA is back by that time. We'll see if Jalen Williams is also back by that time. But that's a game I'm looking forward to. The two top teams in the NBA have been dominant, both 1 and 2 in defense all season long. Like from the beginning of the year, these two teams have been 1 and 2 on defense. So this is going to be a great game to watch. Then they have another game on March 30th, which I'm sure everybody's going to be available for. So I'm really looking forward to watching those two teams play specifically. That February 25th game, you guys know I'm going to be locked into that. And for sure it's going to be in one of the best games that I've seen, that I saw also. So looking forward to watching that. There possibly will be some field breakdown from that game too. So those are some things that I'm really looking forward to heading into this second half of the season. What's up, and welcome to the bonus take segments for this episode. Let's get into the Super Bowl, man. Shout out to the Seattle Seahawks for winning the Super Bowl 29-13 against the Patriots. I mean, the game was never really out of imbalance, or just we all kind of knew who was going to win this game. Seattle's defense was just elite. The game plan was elite. They got to Drake May. And he's a young quarterback still. I mean, being able to make it this far to the playoffs in your second year, shout out to the Patriots for that, but it was just a mismatch all around. Like I said, Seattle's defense has been elite all season, and they showed that in the Super Bowl. Shout out to Kenneth Walker winning Super Bowl MVP. I called that in the first quarter while watching the game, just kind of knew that's where it was heading. And he had a good playoffs all around. I mean, over 150 yards in every single game that they played during the playoffs. And he's in line to make some big money for sure this offseason as he goes into free agency. Then shout out to Sam Darnold, man. Shout out to Sam Darnold being able to come out and, just play. He played okay, but not turning over the ball, which is something that's hindered him a lot within his career. But, shout out to him kind of turning his career around, and now he's a Super Bowl champion. Nobody could take that away from him. Now that we got that to the side, I want to get to the nitty gritty of this bonus takes. And after Sam Darnold won the Super Bowl, there were a lot of asinine, blasphemous conversations going on about where he ranks as far as quarterbacks in the NFL. Saw some people throw him into the top 7, top 10, top 2 in the NFC alone, only behind Matthew Stafford. And Sam Darnold is another example of white privilege. And I want to say it like this. Imagine being bad at your job for 5 years, then 2 years you get good, and no, let me rephrase it this way. Imagine working with somebody that's been bad at their job for 5 years. You get new bosses come in and everything, and then they get 2 good years, and then boom, they get a promotion. That's what happened with this whole Sam Darnold thing. I mean, Sam Darnold has been terrible for 5 years. No matter how you want to slice it, whether he was with a bad organization, he was bad, however you want to say it. But for him to be shot up into this echelon of quarterbacks based off a Super Bowl where he didn't do anything. I mean, he was 19 for 39, threw for 202 yards with 1 touchdown. He had a quarterback rating of 74. I mean, that's not good at all. So Sam Darnold, look, man, like I said, and this is just all based off of the conversation between him and Jalen Hurts. So there's a few media members that I want to call out because they're the ones that's kind of pushing this narrative. But Colin Cowherd and Nick Wright, let me break down some stats to you with how you guys nitpick this whole Sam Darnold conversation. So I know both of you said that you guys would take Sam Darnold moving forward over Jalen Hurts. Well, let me break down some stats to you. All right. Jalen Hurts, since he's become a starter in the NFL, he has a career record of 53 wins, 23 losses, and 1 tie. 173 total touchdowns to only 45 interceptions. 18,000 passing yards and 35 rushing yards. 64% completion percentage. 2 Super Bowl appearances, an All-Pro, Super Bowl MVP, and 3 Pro Bowls, right? Sam Darnold now, 49-1 career record, with 30 of those wins coming in the last 2 seasons as he was with the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. He has no Pro Bowls, no All-Pros, never has led the league in any great statistical category, right? He didn't even win MVP. Now, let's talk about this one season alone that we just came out of. Do you know Sam Darnold led the NFL in total turnovers? 20 turnovers he had, 14 interceptions, 6 fumbles. He threw 25 touchdowns total. People were acting as if Sam Darnold lit the world on fire. He didn't. He did not light the world on fire at all this year. Now, Jalen Hurts, this season that we just came out of, mind you, everybody thought that this was Jalen Hurts had the worst season ever as a quarterback. Well, let me tell you his stats for the worst season for a quarterback. He finished with an 11-6 record, 32 total touchdowns, 25 passing, 6 rushing, 10 total turnovers, 6 interceptions, which 4 of those turnovers came in one game against the Chargers, in a game that he still could have won if A.J. Brown caught the touchdown pass that he threw to him. So we have to just stop this nonsense. We have to stop this nonsense just wanting to just down a quarterback to lift somebody up. And like I said, I really feel like it's a product of white privilege because Sam Darnold has been terrible for 5 years. He's been benched. He's been traded multiple times. Jalen Hurts went to the playoffs with a very, very flawed roster. His first season as a starter in Philadelphia. His second season in the league, he went to the playoffs. Sam Darnold went to the playoffs for the first time in his career last year, dealing with KOC, who's a top coach and top offensive coordinator in the whole NFL. Then he went to Clint Kubiak, who just got a head coaching job with the Raiders and is also a top offensive coordinator. So, let's stop this, okay? Let's stop this. Sam Darnold is not better than Jalen Hurts, okay? Sam Darnold had a really good season. It's a good story to tell, especially how his career started. It's a great season. But let's stop this, okay? One thing Colin likes to do is this last 30 games nonsense. Okay, well, let's do last 30 games then. We all know Sam Darnold, 25-5 in his last 30 games. 49 touchdowns, 20 interceptions, a 98 passer rating. This is with KOC and Kubiak, right? Let's now go to Jalen Hurts. He is 22-8 in his last 30 games with 41 touchdowns and 8 interceptions with a 102 passer rating. This is with Kellen Moore and Kevin Patullo, who just got fired. Another first-year coordinator. Let's stop this, okay? We don't have to continue to down Jalen Hurts. No matter what you all want to say, Jalen Hurts is a top 6 quarterback in the NFL. He has beaten all your favorite quarterbacks head-to-head and has outplayed them. We've seen him do it twice with Patrick Mahomes. He's outplayed Lamar Jackson. He's outplayed Joe Burrow. He's outplayed Josh Allen. He's done it to all these top quarterbacks that we love to put him above. And we all love to say, oh, GM this, GM that. Well, I don't think a GM will invest in a quarterback or make trades to help a quarterback if they didn't believe in a quarterback. So you cannot use GM and organization to down one player while also trying to use GM and organization to up another player. That's not how this works. And like I had this little saying, right, with media members. A lot of them sound smart to stupid people. Okay? Stop listening to them. A lot of these people have journalism degrees because, you know, they've built connections and they went to school for it, and all of that is fine and dandy. But a lot of them don't really sit down to focus and really pay attention to the game and really watch to comprehend what exactly is going on. So that's my take on that. And I think we just all need to nip that shit in the bud. Shout out to Sam Darnold. Happy for him. Happy for his success. But he's not better than Jalen Hurts. Okay? We need to stop that. That's my bonus takes for this episode. Hey, what's up, and welcome to Film Breakdown Inside My Mind. Today, I'm going to show you a clip from the Sixers offensive possession. I want you to watch their ball movement, but I also want you to watch just Joel. And I want you to watch Joel specifically because it's amazing to see how quick and how agile he's moving, being the fact that he's playing on like one knee, like 1.5 legs. So, I mean, just amazing. Big man touches out of this world, but just the overall possession of this play, it was a transition play turned into half court, but just elite movement of the ball and then from Joel himself. So let's get into it. We got Trendon Watford bringing up the ball. Quentin Grimes kicks it. We got another kick, another swing. I want you to watch Joel as he's coming up. Catches the ball, pump fakes one pass, he drops down in, free throw line jumper. And to me, that was just amazing. It was amazing to see his ball movement. But we got the six right here on a defensive possession. Great contest by Embiid. Got another one with LeBron. Drive, just great defense. We got a rebound. So now we got Trendon Watford transition, and he's pushing the ball. Quentin Grimes push, kick to the corner, another quick to the wing. Joel's coming up. One dribble, pass to the wing, drops down, pump fake for a free throw line jumper. And to me, like I said, it's not anything out of this world, but a transition play turned into half court, but just elite ball movement by everybody on the team. Joel, like I said, coming back after falling down, catching the ball, one dribble pump fake, kicking it to the wing, then sinking down free throw line extended to be able to get a nice jumper. Like I said, he has amazing touch for a big man, and he was able to score. So that's my offensive possession for the Sixers. Welcome to part 2 of Film Breakdown Inside My Mind. Today I'm going to show you a defensive clip from the Hornets versus Pistons game that just happened last week. I felt like a proud dad watching this game because I've been so high on these two teams, especially the Pistons, as we all know, from the beginning of the year and last year too, if you really know me. But the Hornets too, like I've always thought that this was a talented team that just needed good coaching, and both of these teams are really a product of what a good coach could do to you. But I think everybody was just excited to watch this game. Two young up-and-coming teams, and especially with how the Hornets have been playing, you know, down the stretch leading into All-Star break, this was an exciting game to watch. But this clip is fresh, beginning of the third quarter, and this clip right here will honestly show you why Detroit was able to kind of gain separation and pull out this game. So let's jump right into it. So we got SR Thompson picking up LaMelo Ball full court as as the Pistons do all the time. But I want you to watch this right here. So we got pressure, we got connections right here. We got Duncan Robinson, and he's denying, right? But this is a good set from the Hornets too. And it works if you don't have an agile big. But Jalen Duren is agile, and he's able to come out to the three-point line and defend or contest if he needs be. You see Diabate come up, set the screen for Concanipple to do fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? To go down to the wing or to flare to the wing or whatever. And this is a play that will work for any offense if the opposing team doesn't have an agile big to come out and contest. But Jalen Duren is out there and he's ready. Contest is right there. We got Cade that drops down now for the switch. And watch you see LaMelo right there. He's gonna be standing in the corner. And Brandon Miller, if you could see, his hand is up because he wants Diabate to look to that side because that is another great play out of this set or another option out of this set. But we just have really good communication from the Pistons all around, so I'll keep playing it. So right there, we got Asar, kicks out. So now we got to switch with Cade. And it was just great defense, like I said, communication from the Pistons. And I'll just kind of play it back so you can watch it too, and we'll just go watch it all the way through. But like I said, it's elite, just defense, elite communication from the Pistons side of it. Jalen Duren pops out. We got Cade that gonna drop down and help. Asar, good contest. Then there's a good switch between him and Cade, and they communicate that. And that was just a good defensive possession for the Pistons coming out of the third quarter. And like I said, it was able to help them propel them and pull out this game for a win. What's up, and welcome to this third and final part of this segment. Today I want to show you some Rockets defense against the Los Angeles Clippers. This defensive possession was a mixture of great team defense, but also amazing individual defense, specifically from Amen Thompson and Jabari Smith Jr. So let's jump right into it. So we got Chris Dunn bringing up the ball. We got some switches between Tari Eason and Jabari right there. So Jabari's going to be denying Kawhi the whole time. He's going to catch, be able to move his feet. I want you to watch this individual defense by Amen Thompson. All feet sliding, no hands at all. And then everybody else on a court just denying their man. I'm going to play it through. Moving his feet, no hands. Everybody else is denying now. Everybody else is denying. Tough shot for Chris Dunn. And so let's play it back. Just want you to watch it again. Like I said, it starts with good communication between Tari Eason and Jabari. Jabari's denying Kawhi the whole time. Kawhi catches the ball, drives. Jabari is right there. Good feet by Amen. Good feet by Amen. He picks up the ball. Everybody else is denying now. Everybody else is denying. Tough shot for Chris Dunn. And it was just an elite defensive possession from the Rockets. Like I said, both team-wise and individual from Amen Thompson and Jabari. Hey, thank you everybody for tuning into this episode 8 All-Star Break Edition. Appreciate you guys for continuing to watch, support, like, and subscribe like I always said. Looking forward to seeing you guys episode 9 and thank you again.